Hallo Freunde von Beyond Pixels, Max hier live von der Gamescom und ich habe jetzt die geile Möglichkeit, Tomasz Gop von CI Games, den Executive Producer für Lords of the Fallen, zu interviewen. Und was der uns zu diesem Titel, der doch sehr große Parallelen zu Dark Souls aufweist, zu sagen hat, das schauen wir uns jetzt an. So, Tomasz, thanks for being here with us tonight, and thanks for showing Lords of the Fallen to us.
It was a pleasure watching you play, really.
It was a lot of fun, really a lot of fun.
You defeated the boss.
First thing I want to ask you, tell us a little bit about the story of Lords of the Fallen.
The main idea that we based the game, I mean, it's not a franchise-based game, so it's not a game that bases off any books or any movies, so we had to come up with sort of a legend that spawned this fantasy world. It's an epic fantasy world of the game. And the idea is a couple thousand years ago, people have fought and successfully defeated their god, and they sort of entrapped him, imprisoned him under the ground. He tried to break free, this is his hand, he tried to strike his hand through the ground, and that's how the Hand of God mountain range was created. And because of what they've achieved, because of what they've done, they believe in pretty epic and crazy things. For example, in World of Lords of the Fallen, people believe they can completely wipe evil out of human nature. Now, whether that's reasonable or not, I'm not going to argue, but they actually believe it because of what they've done. And because of that, they came up with an idea for a codex, like sort of a list of the most deadly, most lethal sins that humans can commit, and anybody who gets caught doing that is branded on their face forever with a tattoo saying that that's an outcast, that's a guy you don't want to stick with. And when the storyline of the game itself starts, the army of the fallen god, the Roger as we call them, the demons, they started to reappear together with lords, the generals, the commanders of their army. And for humanity, as I've described them to you, for humanity it's only natural to think we don't want to fight it, that's evil, let's face evil with evil, let's find the worst guy on earth. And here's where our hero, Harkin, steps in, a guy with a full face covered with tattoos, and he's done all of the bad sins. He's done the worst deeds on earth, and he's gonna be the one. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not a knight in a shiny armor on a white horse like a paladin style. No, he's a guy with a really bad past. But what is important, and what was important for us, and the reason why it actually works, is he's capable. He can actually do what's ahead of him. He can fight demons, he can stand against lords, and you as a player will do the same. And you did quite well today, to be honest. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks a lot. I have to admit I was astounded myself because I actually suck at Dark Souls.
You didn't suck at Lords, which is a good sign for me.
Yeah.
Do you think Lords is easier than Souls?
I wouldn't say so. I would definitely not say so. It has the parallels that you have to dodge a lot and you have to manage your stamina very well. And that's mainly the so to speak the essence of Dark Souls or the Soul series in general. And
I've heard one interesting thing today. Some time ago, the game Rogue spawned games that are called roguelike. I think some people believe that there might become a genre of games Souls-like. If we're the first one of these, hey, I'm happy.
Yeah, no, it definitely is quite comparable to Souls, yes, but it has this different approach. Like, as you told us, I mean, that enemies will not respawn, that you have this lore and this extended universe that you already built around it. In Souls, it's more like that you have to find out everything yourself.
Yeah, I think in Lords you will be able to connect the dots very, very easily if you want to, at least for the main storyline. It's being told to you in a definitely approachable and a direct way. Yeah, and as you mentioned, there are a lot of things that we try to make sure that make the game as not punishing as possible without lowering the level of challenge even one bit. That was sort of our goal. It was actually a hard work to do, to try to identify these things. How do you do this? How do you draw a line? You don't know that. So we had to analyze a lot of things. Like you mentioned, respawning enemies when you use a save point. That's one thing. Distribution of the save points. They're just close to the boss fight. You can bank your XP if you don't want to lose it when you die. A lot of things. You can stop your attack that you're doing and start blocking at any given moment. There's quite environmental deaths. There are not going to be many environmental deaths in the Lord. So, and still, I think the level of challenge is comparable to say the least.
Definitely. Now, I have to admit that probably Lords of the Fallen will be a title that I play through. I gave up on Souls totally because I was frustrated after a while.
Okay.
I couldn't raise my level. I always lost my souls and whatnot. And this, as you said, this a little less punishing, but still what's the word? Challenging gameplay style. That's what I definitely like about it. But let's get to the development. You said you started working on Lords 3 years ago?
It's about 3 years. It was September 2011, so it's about 3 years. And since the game is gonna be, somebody just defeated the boss. And since, there we go, lucky guy.
So cheer for us.
Yeah, woo! He did it. That's Jacek, our community manager. Anyways, it's been around 3 years since we started developing the game, but the game is going to be out end of October, 31st of October this year. So we're really close to closing the project. We're just entering the beta stage right now, where most of what is left is just polishing and fixing bugs, and it's a very work-heavy and stressful time.
Polishing is, I guess, a good word, since I have to say I was amazed by the graphics. I was thinking it might have been Unreal Engine 4, since there were so many particle effects and all that things. Can you tell us a little bit about the engine?
Let me start with the way that Lords is being developed, people-wise or company-wise. This is a co-development. CI Games, where I work at Warsaw, is just a part of the development team. We're co-developing with Deck 13 in Frankfurt, and this is the other part of the team. And the technology that Lords is being built on, it's called Fledge, is created by Deck 13. This is their proprietary technology, and this is what has been used to create Lords. And this engine has been written, adjusted, and tweaked for the current generation of hardware: PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, of course, as well.
Okay, and will it only be the start of a franchise?
We would love it to be a start of a franchise. The most important thing is, I'm really trying not to be cocky here, is that we really need to know if people are going to like Lords. I mean, hope you did.
I did.
And if there's going to be a warm, welcoming reception all across the board, we would love to do Lords 2. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you see, since you're a Polish studio, how do you see the development of the Polish game business? I mean, since CD Projekt Red did a very great work on The Witcher and they started this franchise, how do you see your country's role in the international gaming market?
The way that I look at it is that, Polish have always been hardworking people. Of course, they really need a lot of motivation to show their best, and games are a very interesting business. They're a very interesting market, because a lot of the young people feel really motivated to do things. They also spend their time after hours, the leisure time, and games are like a perfect time of entertainment business and entertainment kind of work that people just dedicate their lives for, and that might actually be a really perfect combo for Polish to shine best at, and it actually might be the reason why there's so many game developers in Poland. I think we got, including all the tiniest studios that we have in Poland, we got a couple hundred studios, and there's quite a lot. Of course, there are only some of them that are really big, like CD Projekt, the CI Games. There's Techland as well, who did Dead Island. So there are big titles being done in there, but the amount of developers is just crazy, and there's probably, I'm not going to be exaggerating if I say that there's a boom on game development going on in Poland right now. Hope it's going to last.
Well, I wish you very good luck with that it's going to last. I wish you very good luck with Lords of the Fallen. It's definitely an ambitious project. It rocks. It looks beautiful.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for the short interview.
Thanks for having me.